This is Bobby C. reporting from MetLife Stadium on an afternoon when the Giant offense wasn't exactly right. It took a very strong defensive effort for Big Blue as they would prevail over the New Orleans Saints 16-13. As time expires, it's kicker Josh Brown sending it through the uprights for the victory. Giants safety Landon Collins had a big safety blitz early in the first half as Drew Brees would move into third all-time on the NFL's career passing list. Giants still did a great job of containing Brees this afternoon.
What was the game plan coming in, and did you guys feel like you executed what the coach had in mind?
Yeah, definitely. Just stop the running down. Definitely get Brees off the spot so he doesn't see those open receivers if we have any, and just make a play when he throws the ball.
Although the Giant offense really didn't get into the end zone, their wide receivers made some big plays, and that included rookie Sterling Shepard, who had 8 catches, 8 targets, and 117 yards.
I got hit pretty hard on the first catch I got today, and I felt like after that everything slows down, and that's usually how it goes for me. I mean, I just need to catch one ball, and then I'm calm, then all the jitters are pretty much gone. So, it definitely slowed down after that, and see it slowing down even more.
Shepard says he's learning a lot from Victor Cruz, and Victor Cruz certainly looks back this year after injury. He had a crucial first down on that final drive.
I wanted to kind of just work my way in, catch the ball, catch things that are in front of me, make the plays that are presented to me. But to make a game-winning touchdown catch a week ago and to come in and make a pretty decisive catch on the sideline to pretty much seal the game, I mean, I can't draw it up any other way, man. I don't know. I just go out there and play the game. And I think I'm getting better as these weeks go on, as these practices continue. And I just want to continue to build off that.
Big Blue rolled to 2-0 last Sunday and will have a chance to keep things going again at home this Sunday as the Washington Redskins come to town. The Skins are 0-2 but bring with them plenty of rivalry in the NFC East showdown itself and the presence of new cornerback Josh Norman. Norman last season with Super Bowl runner-up Carolina and Giants wideout Odell Beckham Jr. were engaged in a heated battle at MetLife. Odell and Norman threatened to overwhelm what could be a critical early season game for both teams in the division. It's a 1 p.m. kickoff in East Rutherford. I wouldn't take Washington lightly, especially since the Skins have been thorns in the side in the past for the G-men. But like I said earlier in our season predictions, I like the Giants team. They win and go 3-0. And speaking of 3-0, the New England Patriots and head coach Bill Belichick find ways every week to surprise you. Last week, they lost their backup QB to injury with Tom Brady sidelined by suspension for the first 4 games of the season. No problem. They hold on and win. They come back in a short week with third stringer Jacoby Brissett and star tight end Rob Gronkowski only playing a handful of snaps and still managed to topple the Houston Texans 27-0 on Thursday Night Football. You could see why I picked these guys to play in the Super Bowl just about every year. Here's to a third installment of the Giants-Pats in the big game. New England's Thursday night victory puts plenty of pressure on the New York Jets. They'll be in Kansas City for the 4:25 p.m. kickoff against the Chiefs on Sunday. Both teams are 1-1. Gangrene's offense enters the game with a great deal of confidence following their Week 2 win in Buffalo. QB Ryan Fitzpatrick was named AFC Offensive Player of the Week for his performance, completing 24 of 34 passes for 374 yards and a touchdown. New York ran up 493 yards against the lowly Bills. It won't be so easy against the Chiefs, but despite overwhelming support for KC by most analysts, I'll take the Jets on the road to improve to 2-1. I think I'm done trying to figure out who gets the postseason, in baseball when it comes to the wild card. I feel like every week I tell you the Yanks and Mets are back or they're out or maybe they're in. It seems to change by the second. Thursday night, the Mets looked dead twice, but there was Asdrubal Cabrera in the 11th inning hitting a comeback 3-run homer to lift the Mets to a dramatic 9-8 win over the Philadelphia Phillies that assured them for remaining in the National League wildcard lead and perhaps the race for the time being. Jose Reyes had hit a home run in the 9th and then Cabrera in the 11th. Unbelievable. Final week of the baseball season and the Yanks need a miracle. Blake Snell and the Tampa Bay bullpen combined to strand 11 New York runners in a 2-0 win Thursday night, salvaging the series against the Bombers in what could have been a 3-game sweep by the Pinstripers. That sweep at the hands of the Boston Red Sox last weekend at Fenway likely sunk the Yanks, but fans should hold their breaths. You never know. Yanks are back in the Bronx following this weekend's 4 games in Toronto. Masahiro Tanaka has a slight forearm strain that will keep him from his next start, but manager Joe Girardi says it's nothing serious. I expect Tanaka to pitch at Yankee Stadium. They're going to need him. Yanks basically need to win out at this point. 10 games to go, 10-0. Sounds pretty good here in the Bronx. Another thing that sounds good is the American League Rookie of the Year award for Gary Sanchez. The Yankee catcher has 19 home runs at a record-setting pace. I realize Detroit starter Michael Fulmer has been good, but has anyone ever been this good? Sanchez qualifies for the honor, and he should win it, Yankee bias aside. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. I'm sure Tim Tebow is hoping for some rookie magic for the Mets. Tebow's first game with the Amazons will be in the Instructional League next Wednesday in Port St. Lucie. He will be facing the St. Louis Cardinals minor leaguers. Tebow, the former NFL star and college star, hit a home run in batting practice this week. The IndyCar Series wrapped up last weekend in Sonoma, California, and the winner of the final race on the schedule is the winner of the series for 2016, and that's Frenchman Simon Pagenaud. Congrats to Simon. Saturday is homecoming for Fordham football. That's a 1 p.m. kickoff at Rose Hill, welcoming the University of Pennsylvania to the campus. The New York Liberty will host Phoenix in the first round of the WNBA postseason Saturday night at Madison Square Garden. That game tips at 7 p.m. The Liberty finished the regular season at 21-13, first in the East. Good luck to them. And on a final sports roundup note, the Orchard Beach Car Show was moved from last Sunday to this Sunday due to inclement weather. Come out to see the rides starting at 8 a.m. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for one hell of a ride to close out this segment. Evel Knievel couldn't do it, but one stuntman has successfully jumped the Snake River Canyon in a tribute to his boyhood idol. Eddie Braun, 54 years old, hurled across the 1,400-foot wide canyon in southern Idaho in a custom-built rocket appropriately dubbed the Evil Spirit. Now, that's pretty cool. Check out the video on YouTube. It's wild. Before the jump, Mr. Braun told an Idaho statesman, I like to say I'm not doing something that Evel Knievel couldn't do. I'm simply finishing out his dream. How many people get to finish the dream of their hero? Question mark, close quote. Mr. Braun is believed to be the first person to attempt the stunt since Knievel failed more than 40 years ago. Here's to your sports dreams, folks. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.